I promised you I was going to bring you back an incredible big surprise. And I brought a friend of mine for over 11 years. Here he is, a genius in the kitchen, Kent Rathbun. And Kent is not only just a chef, you're an empire builder. Abacus, Jasper, you're all over the place, apparently.
You know, we have 5 restaurants about to build our 6th. So.
Oh, mamma mia. So, listen, as such a successful chef, you still have the chance to cook in the kitchen?
Absolutely. I don't do it every day, but I cook at events. I cook on television. I do a lot. You know, I cook when I want to, and that's the best kind of cooking, right? Not when I have to.
Now, I hope that you want to today, because
Absolutely.
I'm looking for. What are you making for me? Tell me, what is
You know, this is one of the greatest little salads that we do at Jasper's. It's the things I like. It's grilled chicken, it's grilled asparagus, it's beautiful tomatoes, nice onions, beautiful vinaigrette, and most of all, great cheese.
I follow your lead. Tell me what to do, and I'm going to be your sous chef right now.
Okay, great. Well, what I've done is I have these beautiful chicken breasts, and we're just going to kind of marinate these. I'm going to have you season them a little bit in some salt and pepper. We want to be pretty generous with the pepper. Okay. Also, I want to point out, do you see the beautiful side here that we have?
I noticed that you're very particular about
well,
that
the
part.
skin side is where you want to put the grill, or put it on the grill first, because you want that to be the beauty side. Right?
I get you.
So this is the skin side. So we're just going to put this. Oh, let me show you about our pan. We got to talk about our pan.
I got to figure out why you put the pan on top of the grill pan. To me, you're nuts. I've never seen that done before.
You know, a lot of people don't have the ability to grill outside. They're living in an apartment or whatever, right? So they use these grill pans. Many times they don't get hot enough.
I've had the experience myself, by the way. It's one of those things I can never get them hot enough at the house.
If you have another pan to set on top of it, it keeps the heat in. So when you're ready to go, you just move the other pan.
The proof is in the pudding. I got to see this first.
Look at this.
Before I give you a compliment.
Oh yeah, you can hear that, right?
That baby is going.
You can hear that going, and you can see the. There you go.
No, actually, it's very impressive.
Yeah,
because we just had on for just a few minutes here while we were prepping right before this, and it really is working very effectively. Let me get this out of the way.
Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to get ready to do our vinaigrette, but we have to roast some garlic and shallots first. And so, you know, we have these beautiful whole garlic pods and shallots, and so we're basically just going to marinate them just a little bit in oil because we don't want them to get too brittle on the outside. A tiny bit of salt, and then into a 400-degree oven until they start to soften and brown.
Now, through the magic of television, we already had some in there. I'm going to show the people at home what they look like. So what they're looking for is to get it nice and brown all the way around.
Exactly.
Now, these are cool enough that I can touch them, but they're nice and soft. And at this point, you actually take them out.
Right.
And you use them as ingredients for the vinaigrette.
Absolutely. What we do is we clip off the end of the garlic and we squeeze it out, and clip off the end of the shallots and squeeze it out on the cutting board.
Let me get the bowl in front of you because you're going to be adding the ingredients. So why don't you show us exactly what each one of those things will look like once you're done with that?
Look at how the shallots now.
So this is the shallots. This is the consistency. Now, you done on a food processor, or you just kind of...
No, this was just pushed out and then chopped up on a board.
Roughly done that way by hand.
Very nice, right? All right, so we're just going to take...
That's the garlic.
That's the garlic
that you added. Okay, I'll take everything from you.
Okay.
You are the king, baby.
Then we have fresh herbs. We have fresh chopped basil.
You're very particular. You're finicky almost about the herbs. They have to be fresh. When
many people ask me, you know, they say, Chef, can we use dry herbs? And I almost want to say, why would you? I mean, most of the parts in the country you can grow herbs by yourself, if not buy them in the store. This is fresh oregano, beautiful fresh oregano, just coarsely chopped. No stems, of course, okay? Fresh chives. All right. We have a little bit of Worcester sauce.
I cannot say it. Don't make me say it again because last time we were laughing forever.
Worcestershire sauce, okay? A bit of truffle oil.
Yes.
Which just gives us a little bit of that truffle flavor. Very nice.
Excellent.
All right, and then here we have some champagne vinegar.
Now that's the part I want to ask you a question because you got the champagne going vinegar-wise, but you also like the balsamic vinegar.
You know, I think what's wonderful about this whole idea is the layering of flavors that you get from these different vinegars. And, you know, we also have 2 oils in here. We have olive oil and truffle oil. So what we've done is we've made this dressing with the bulk of the dressing, sort of the champagne vinegar, but now we've added that
the 2 elements playing together, kind of giving to each other.
Nick, I'm going to ask you to season this just a bit with some salt and pepper while we're whipping this up. And so we have this beautiful vinaigrette. Now we need some olive oil in there, so we're going to have to kind of
Now olive oil in this case, we always go for extra virgin, right?
Absolutely. You know, in fact, that's really a good thing that you mentioned, you know, because a lot of people ask about the difference between extra virgin and regular olive oil or just a regular press. And you know, I tell them, you know, the extra virgin's the good stuff. It's finishing. It's to put on the tomatoes. It's to finish the vinaigrette. It's not really to use as a utility oil.
Exactly.
Right?
Not for roasting, deep frying, because it would break. It would actually burn. Instead, you know, the regular olive oil for everyday usage, especially that involves cooking, it's something that has a much better yield for you at that point.
Absolutely. Okay, so now we're going to take our chicken and we're going to quarter our chicken because, you know, we want to make those beautiful cross marks.
You go and you just
so we're
give
going
it
to turn
a
it.
quarter.
Yeah, just turn it 45 degrees.
Perfect. So it's for pure design element at this point.
You know, I tell people when I do cooking classes, when we do this kind of thing, we want to make it look pretty so we charge more money in the restaurant.
At least you're truthful.
Okay, now we have some beautiful asparagus, and I want to talk about the asparagus real quick because,
Let me get one of those for you.
well, and you know, at the end, notice that this one's a lot longer.
Yes.
And what we do to prepare the asparagus is we cut off about 1/3 of the stalk because at the bottom here, and you can even see how it gets very dry and woody.
Yes.
We don't want that, so we can just either pop it off or cut it off. They've also just kind of helped us out and
They peel them.
Peel
But you
them
were
up a
making a
little bit.
point. You were saying that when you do this at home, you almost like not to have them peel. You actually almost like to have them straight with the skin on after you've done the snapping.
raw.
And raw, that
And
way.
raw, because, I mean, sometimes the people
But
blanch.
isn't asparagus like a little thing gets stuck in your teeth?
You know, I've found that if the asparagus is nice and tender and you take off that third, then it's really nice just to grill fresh on the grill without
just
even
like
peeling.
flow
It's
with
just
it.
wonderful. So we're going to need a little olive oil.
Right away.
Okay.
Got it here for you,
And
sir.
we're going to season this up just like we did the chicken, very simply
Think
with
of
salt
me
and
as your
pepper.
personal olive oil man.
I love that.
You know,
I love
fits.
that.
Italian, olive oil. I mean, it goes a long
Exactly.
way.
All right, so now we have another grill pan ready to go over here. All right, now you know the next thing we're going to need to do is kind of get our tomatoes together. So while I'm putting these on, I'm going to ask you to grab our tomatoes.
Perfect. Now, I don't know which color you want. I'm going to get them both for you. And then
You know
pick
what?
and
We're going to
choose.
use both. We are definitely going to use both. I'm going
Right
to
away.
give you that. All right.
I got to ask you, well, at home, do your children help you?
Oh, absolutely. I have a 5-year-old son named Max and a 20-month-old daughter named Garrett. And Max loves to cook. And Garrett, for the first time this week, sort of scooted him out of the way on the chair and got up there and started cooking.
You know,
so.
we've known each other for over 10 years. We were eating dinner together last night. My wife was there. And the thing that I really loved is, like every proud papa, the first thing came out, the phone, you have to take a look, see what they look like.
Oh, the
You
pictures.
have beautiful children, by the way. And
Thank
I really feel moved when I see a dad so very proud of the most important things in his life.
You know what? They are the most important things. And as I said, they may not be chefs, but they're going to be really good cooks.
Now, I want to ask you attentively on this matter. You cut them, you know, fairly simply, the way across. Is this the way that
Right.
you want to have it done for the purpose of the salad?
You know, there's many ways to do this, but I think this is a nice simple presentation for people at home. You know what concassé is where you take and you put
Very
them into
fine
hot
dot, yeah.
water and take the skin off. You know, that's another nice way. You could wedge them. You could peel them and just serve pieces. I mean, however you like, but I think this makes a very beautiful presentation.
And that's the way it really nicely rolls out.
Absolutely.
Now, for the people at home, I don't know how much they get of the sense of what it goes into making a dish. This is a very simple dish.
Very simple.
However, you've got an enormous amount of elements balancing
Right.
with each other, not against each other, like coming together as a team.
Absolutely.
How does an idea like this come to mind? Because this is not something that you walk down the street, you go, oh yeah, that's my way my mom used to make it. You have a lot of sophisticated approaches to
Sure.
this.
Well, you know, in Italy, the caprese salad is tomatoes and cheese. And so, obviously, that's going to go well. We just changed the cheese to this Maytag blue cheese, which is very robust cheese, but creamy and nice, like mozzarella.
Mm-hmm.
The onion goes perfectly with this. The grilled asparagus goes perfectly with this.
And you chose red onion, which, by the way, is a fairly aggressive onion. You need to have some powerful digestive.